we're going to do a secure high back carry this month, and I'm already kind of set up here, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a hip scoot. There is a picture tutorial of the hip scoot on our ruck post on the blog, and the blog can always be found in the About section below our videos. But I've already kind of set up for this, but basically what I've done is I've pulled the wrap over my back, above my baby's back, and I've actually tucked a seat as well. The reason why I've done this is because she's pretty difficult to reach back there, and how I would normally do a seat is pretty difficult. This is a really great way to learn how to get baby on your back, as well as if you're feeling a little nervous or if you're having difficulty tucking seats. This is a pretty good way to get you started. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold her naturally on my hip, and then I'm going to switch hands to support her back here. I'm going to lift my hip as well to support. I'm going to bring my arm around, and then I'm going to start to let gravity kind of support my baby on my arm, just like this. And then once I've got baby supported for the most part on this arm, I'm going to go ahead and switch here, and I'm going to hop. And as I do that, and still holding on to my baby, I'm going to take this pass on the other side and kind of pull it a little bit so that I don't get a lot of slack tucked between the baby and I. Just like that. So once I've got baby where I want them, I'm going to try and keep a hand on them as much as possible until I've got both of my passes over my, both of the passes in my hand and secured as well. Alright, baby's got her arm out, which is fine. So what I'm doing now is making sure that her seat is secure as well with my hand. You can tell that there's fabric from knee to knee and just a little bit tucked between us for a nice deep seat. I've got a little bit slack here, but I can pull that out as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull these nice and tight, and I'm going to pull the rails one at a time. You can kind of gather in your hands if you need to. And then once you've got one secured, and I do have this one pinned with my other arm, is you can store it between your knees. And then we're going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to pull on that top rail. You can kind of use your arm here, or your armpit here, to pin it down. So that little bit of slack here, I am pulling it out, just like that. Okay, so we're ready to start. And my baby is secure because the wrap is nice and tight, and we did tuck her seat a little bit. So if I need to stand up a little bit, I may do that. It's best to stay forward though if you have a wiggly baby or a baby who's wanting to sit up. I'm going to go ahead and start. So one side stays underneath the arm and the other one stays over your arm. So the next part I have a pretty hard time remembering. So I came up with over the shoulder, over the pass. So this pass that comes over your shoulder should come over the pass that comes under your arm. And then you do your half knot. So that pass that went over comes back under. So over the shoulder, over the knot, or over the other pass. So just like that. Now, you'll want to start to spread a little bit here and now. Otherwise it might bunch in this knot, and these passes can kind of ride up on you. Just like that. If you feel it's necessary, you can tuck a pass and store it between your knees again to secure it. But this pass on this side, on the side that has the shoulder pass, it's just going to come, you're just going to bunch it, and you're just going to put it over baby's knee, and guide it along their bottom, and then under the other knee, like so. Just like that. And we're going to change out the passes here, just like that. Now, we're going to spread this one out nice and wide, and we're going to do a rebozo pass over the shoulder. So what I've done is I flip it, and I lay it over my arm nice and flat, and then I give it a good push to the back over my baby's bum, pass it to that other hand, and I'm just going to pull as best I can. So a lot of people struggle with getting those passes over their baby's bottom. I think the key here is to push that pass and lift it up as much as possible, so that way when you grab it, it's already above baby's bottom. So now I'm just taking this top rail, this dark side here, and I'm just pulling it. So that's going to control the tightness over here on this shoulder. And then what I can do is start to grab the bottom rail here. I don't want that too far kept over my shoulder. just like that. And then this is going to come over that knee. It's going to, you're going to guide it along baby's bottom. And the original version of this one has this pass coming over both the legs. So instead of gathering this and putting this under baby's knee, this actually just comes right over. But you can do whatever variation you like. You can put that under baby's knee if you want to. So then we just double knot here. You can do a reef knot or a square knot. And we're just going to pull some things out here because things get tight. And that's about it. That's your secure high back carry. Thanks so much. Make sure to check out the blog if you have any questions or concerns.